Venom was undoubtedly one of the highlights of Marvel's Spider-Man 2. The community loved playing with him, and the desire for a solo game was immediate. Insomniac Games itself publicly admitted that it was listening to the fans. However, after the massive cyber attack suffered by the studio, the fate of this project became a complete mystery. Will the game go ahead, or has it been cancelled? Has it become part of the future Spider-Man 3? If you want to know what's happening with this possible game, stay with me until the end. At the end of 2023, Insomniac was the target of an unfortunate and massive ransomware attack. Among its confidential documents was the studio's release plan. It included a game focused exclusively on Venom. The original idea was to release this title around 2025 or 2026. The format would be very similar to that of Spider-Man Miles Morales, a shorter standalone game, focused on a compact narrative lasting about 8 to 10 hours, serving as a direct bridge to the upcoming Spider-Man 3. What would we have in this game? The documents revealed that the story would be inspired by the Lethal Protector comic book storyline. The narrative would feature Venom acting as an anti-hero in New York, facing the consequences of the events of Spider-Man 2. The main villain would be Carnage, whose introduction had already been prepared in the side missions of the second game. In terms of gameplay, the map would be a modified version of New York, with mechanics of massive destruction, brutal jumps, and combat focused on the symbiote's brute strength that so fascinated players. The possibility of switching between Venom and other Spider-Men in specific missions was also planned. But in recent years, Sony's production costs have skyrocketed. Spider-Man 2 cost over $300 million to produce. In addition, the company went through a severe restructuring phase, which resulted in layoffs at Insomniac and the cancellation of several multiplayer-focused projects, including the ambitious Spider-Man: The Big Web. With these changes, the strategy for smaller-scale games has been reevaluated. Producing a standalone Venom game with the visual quality required on the PlayStation 5 costs a lot of money and time. The studio currently needs to focus its main resources on Wolverine and the pre-production of Spider-Man 3. So, what is the status? Officially, Sony and Insomniac remain completely silent. However, industry analysts point to two likely paths. The first scenario is that the project has not been cancelled, but postponed. The Venom story continues in the development process, with a possible reveal soon. The second scenario is that the Venom game was directly absorbed into the development of Spider-Man 3, becoming just a section of the next big game in the saga. One thing is certain, Insomniac knows the value of Venom, and Sony isn't going to throw away a brand that generates millions. What do you think? Do you prefer a shorter game entirely focused on Venom? Or seeing him in the next Spider-Man 3? Leave your opinion in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next news from the PlayStation world. If you liked this video, I suggest you watch this one that talks about the situation of the Splinter Cell remake. See you in the next video. A sweet kiss.